everyone, welcome to this week's video. Today I am at St Andrew's Aquarium and look how unbelievably gorgeous this view is. I am here today to check out the aquarium and to try sketching. I haven't ever really had the chance, or I've tried it once but it's been really difficult to sketch in an aquarium setting, but it's something I really want to try and hopefully get really good at. I'm going to have a nose round, have a look at all the animals and then try and see which ones I want to have a good sketch of. A little bit silly and I completely forgot my paints, but I organised this morning and got ready to come out and paint and sketch, and I completely forgot them. Luckily I've packed some pro markers, which are kind of like fancy felt tip pens, so I'm using them, but I didn't have a lot of them and I don't have all my colours, so these fellas here, absolutely full of character, and I love sitting to watch them. They don't look like they are at first glance, but these little things, if they saw my camera, started to have a go at the little red things at the bottom of it, so definitely full of character. They look like they would stand their ground in Amazon, and this doesn't look like a fish I would mess with. So sketching to me is a difficult art. The sketching has always been the hardest part of any piece for me. I will spend pretty much maybe most of the time actually, especially if it's a difficult species, drawing it out with pencil. So when I come to an aquarium I don't often draw, in fact I've only ever tried it once because I know I find it so hard to capture something, especially when things are moving. However, there was an artist I followed on Twitter ages ago and I loved his art. I thought it was great, and all of his sketches were done from viewing it in the field, from zoos and aquariums, and drawing the animals from life. And you could really tell that these sketches were just full of like movement and the life of the animals that they were drawing, and it's something that I've aspired to be able to do for so long. And recently, this artist has brought out a book drawing and sketching animals, and it is chocker with all these incredible images and a ton of tips. So I've been reading this over the last couple of weeks, and that is kind of the reason that I have taken the plunge to come out and make sure I am sketching from real life, because I really think that that's something that's going to improve my art. Now, instead of doing your classic book review, I'm going to be showing me using this book in real life and reading the tips and tricks that he gives, because I want to show you how I use books to improve my own art, and if these books can help you and the books that I use can help you, then I'm definitely going to recommend them, and this is one that is helping already. The start of the book is really good. It kind of gives a brief overview into things like perspective, and particularly today the thing I'm focusing on is study sheets. Now the first bit of the book, things like perspective, it doesn't give you a great deal of information. It gives you enough information that it's more of a hint to what other aspects of drawing you need to bring in to be able to draw things from scratch, and you wouldn't necessarily think that perspective is something that you would need to draw something, but actually all the different angles of all the different species, you do need perspective, and that's something that I struggle with because I like to do the side-on view and that's it, and actually I need to learn perspective so that I can start drawing animals in more dynamic poses, which is one of the really cool things I love about Tim Pond's artwork, is that they're really dynamic and it's all the animals in all the different poses you can think of, and you can tell that he can actually draw very well. Study sheets is what I'm working on and towards today. Pages of sheets on a certain animal, so not one finished piece of artwork but a series of sketches that kind of bring it to life. It says here that when creating a sketchbook we all have successes and failures, so don't be afraid of making mistakes and getting something wrong. Drawing is considered to be a journey of inquiry, and that's the bit that so far in this entire book has stuck out so much. I want to inquire, so that's the reason I started drawing, was that one of the reasons is that I was looking at all the marine creatures and I wanted to see them in detail. And it's true, it is a journey of inquiry. So today it is about inquiring, it's about looking a fish in the eye and saying, where is your fins in relation to your mouth? I need to know. It's also about capturing their personality. It's about drawing this fish as characters. So I'm going to try and pick the most charismatic species I can find today and give it a whirl. Really awesome thing about sketching these little leaf cutters. I know it's marine mumbles and I know it's marine things, but these things are too cool not to try and draw. Is that you really start to notice when you watch that the leaf cutters are all going in one direction and all kind of at the top of the branch, and at the bottom are little ones going to get more leaves right at the bottom, and I think that's really cool. So the sketch I was trying to do was trying to just show the busyness and movement, but the movement of the leaf cutters in that way and of the little ants in the bottom. A living thing. It just looks like a blob. I'm pretty sure it's just a blob of jelly. I'm gonna be honest, that sucked. I could not capture the pure I don't know, sometimes that fish looks like he's completely desperate, and other times he looks like he's trying to be cute, and other times he looks just plain grumpy. I could not capture all that anywhere close. In fact, it doesn't even really look like a fish. But that's what sketching is for. It is practice. And had I not been doing this YouTube channel, I would never show you. However, I feel like I need to show you the journey of my art, because you guys often only see the finished product. And trust me, there is a lot more that goes into it before it looks that good. Because most of the time it looks like that. Well, this place shuts in an hour, so I have really one more shot to try and sketch something relatively decent compared to what's happened before. So I think I'll stay here and paint. No, I won't paint because I forgot my paints. I will draw one of the things from the big tank, and then I will head off, because I don't know if there's anyone else left. I might be alone. Is about study sketches, is about every time something moves, start a new sketch. Now, I'm not sure when he wrote that if he was drawing a snail, because I have no idea how to do that with swimming fish. But I quite like the result. I mean, it is just a series of wiggles and lines, but it's the shapes and what I saw captured in the 2 seconds. Not even that, I had to draw it before they all moved again. I don't think I've started on an easy path. I've started on a difficult path, drawing marine things that move all of the time. But it is really interesting looking at it. It's interesting looking at the difference between dogfish and the smooth hound and the sharks. It's really cool to sit and just observe and to not worry so much about the fine details, but just capturing the essence, because you've only got 2 seconds to do so. So what do you pick? I mean, you don't focus on the gills or the pattern, you focus on the silhouette or the eyes. There's lots of different eyes, like you can definitely tell that is a gadward fish because they always look scared and like but the differences between the different dogfish and smooth hounds and stuff, like dogfish look relatively like reasonable, but then the more like sharky they get, the more evil they look. And I don't think sharks are evil, I just think they look more determined to catch stuff. They're like, I'm a predator, I can catch this stuff, I'm gonna look like I can because you know I can, kind of type of fish. So yeah, that is definitely a fun thing to do, but so difficult. I think that's pretty much it. We're going to end today next to the very impressive lionfish. If I can draw one of them, then, you know, I think we're fine. I didn't draw it this time because I know how hard it will be. I really enjoyed today. I know sketching is so difficult, and I know if you're watching this and you're looking for fantastic art that is amazing and brilliant, it's not going to be, and it's definitely not going to be for a long time when it comes to drawing animals that move. They're so difficult. I know I'm going to have to focus on a lot of areas, including perspective, to try and bring my game up so that next time I can come But I have bought year membership to St Andrew's Aquarium, so I'm going to be back here a lot more over the next year to be practicing and painting these awesome species. I'm really excited. I think Tim Coleman's book is great. I mean, it's just one of those books that if I'd seen when I was a kid, I would have got it, but I would have got it at any stage in my life. But it's one of those books that's just super handy and full of gorgeous artwork, and definitely a motivational book to get you going, and full of loads of good tips to try and help. Without that tip about moving, I wouldn't have done the sketch page with all the fishing. And I'm not saying that that's brilliant, but I enjoyed it and I had fun, so that's all that kind of really matters, isn't it? So I'm looking forward to a lot more videos here, sketching. There's a load of species. This aquarium is really good. For this tiny little aquarium has so many different species in, and I'm particularly impressed with the Amazon bit. That was really awesome and really cool. So I hope you like this video, because whether you guys like it or not, you're going to be seeing a lot more of it, because I really, really want to practice this and nail it. And next time I will remember my paints. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed watching, guys. I hope you have a great week, and I will see you back here soon, but I'll see you next week for a different video. Bye guys.